The Batman is a perfect film. The cinematography, the symbolism, and the inspired passion behind it. The sound design, the score, the writing, the structure. Every aspect in it makes it a cohesive, beautiful piece that has made it into perfection. And in this video, I want to investigate how it achieved that. Specifically in this video of this series, I'll be covering the symbolism in the film and how it relates to the plot and characters overall.
If you think about it, there are actually two scenes where Batman or Bruce is saving Mitchell's son. I believe this is symbolic of Bruce's life and what he does with it, and also a direct juxtaposition of where he is mentally at the beginning and end of the film. He saved himself once as Bruce, a symbolic gesture or action of him letting himself know that he's there for himself, his inner child version, or a symbolic foreshadowing from Mitchell's son's perspective or a past Bruce's perspective. Then he saves himself a second time as Batman, as he obviously became Batman later in his life, but I think it's more a symbolic representation of him saving himself through the film, using his feelings to become more of a savior and a symbol of hope. I'd first like to show you a clip from the audio commentary where Matt Reeves literally says this is supposed to be like a baptism.
This water moment is sort of like a baptism, you know, to get kind of highfalutin about it, but that was sort of what the hope and what the feeling was. And he realized and he's a different Batman. Really.
Batman rising from the water parallels common rebirth symbolism. Joe Dick speaks of water being a symbol for rebirth in the history of literature, such as Moby Dick or The Old Man and the Sea in her article Water, Rebirth in Literature. She says it can represent a mental rebirth too, in reference to the original Jaws novel, when each of the main characters face life or death situations that lead to them getting a new perspective on life. This is another common symbol of rebirth, both fire and birds rising from fire, or the phoenix rising from the ashes. A bat rising, wielding a flame, is obviously a perfect parallel to that. I don't think this is intended as it's used throughout the entire soundtrack, but there are also church bells used in the soundtrack here as well. This kind of plays into that biblical rebirth symbolism. He leads Mitchell's son, which represents the inner child or the raw trauma of Bruce, into a baptism. Batman, Bruce's true self, has come to comfort his younger self and lead him to that rebirth. This is a representation of Alfred. Alfred was hesitant at first, and still is, about Bruce becoming Batman. It could also represent how Alfred sees that Batman saves his younger, traumatized self and concedes because he realizes that he's not just evolving as Batman, but also as a man, obviously becoming more open to him. Throughout the film, the color red has represented Batman, specifically when he is in a private red-lit area, physically becoming Batman by donning the cape, cowl, and eye makeup. you could say the birth of Batman. This fading here is a representation of him letting go of that, and the light of this version of Batman, the red, vengeance-filled, angry Batman, being snuffed out. It flickers, and then the image itself fades. This version of Batman is gone, and a new one with a new purpose is born. Another aspect that is perhaps missed or overlooked is that Batman's theme isn't playing here, it's Bruce's. That sort of beautiful, melancholic piece that represents the tragedy Bruce endures while still making something beautiful, meaningful, and good out of it. That's ultimately what he's channeling here, what he's tapping into, as opposed to the dark, brooding, angry, and vengeful version of Batman. We know that Matt Reeves loves to have foreshadowing and symbolism throughout this film and throughout his other work as well. I mean, look at the numerous Gotham Renewal posters, brilliantly foreshadowing the relevance of the program to the entirety of the plot and the themes of the film. The numerous Bella Real posters do the same thing, of course.
But yeah, that is going to be the end of this part of Hidden Symbolism. Now, this is how the series is going to work. Basically, I'm going to have different sort of segments to the overall analysis, for example, Hidden Symbolism, and then there's going to be a visual element, sound design, and a bunch of different things. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I've not seen a lot of the Batman analysis videos, but I'd like to think that I'm bringing something new to the table here. I'm bringing something fresh to it. If you're wondering, you love the Batman so much, why don't you watch a lot? This is because I'm quite analytical and critical about people's opinions with the Batman, because it's just so close to me, I think it's perfection. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this got you thinking. I hope this got you to be more introspective, analytical, theoretical about films, and just see them in a more metaphorical way. I think it's really good to just train yourself to think in a certain way. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for the support as usual, and I'll see you out there neon hunting.